Hello and good morning or good afternoon to whenever you're watching this. Um, Mr. Escobedo, I'm back here for another lesson for math. Lesson 6, actually, it's going to be solving comparison word problems, which means we are going to be doing some comparing in these word problems. That's all that means. So I hope all these lessons have been very helpful for you guys to get through your assignments. So let's go ahead and get started with lesson 6, all right? And remember, at any point throughout the lesson, if you feel like I went too fast or you feel like you needed to hear it again, pause, rewind it a little bit, listen to it again. All right? It's the nice thing about having it recorded. So, solving comparison word problems. Comparison word problems involve comparing two amounts to see how much more or less one is than another. This is an example. Jacob has 6 markers. Francis has 9 markers. How many more markers does Francis have than Jacob? So we're comparing. It's giving us two numbers, and we're comparing these two numbers to find out how much more or how much less. This one, it's asking how many more markers does Francis have than Jacob? So both children have their own total number of markers. We want to know how much more one total is than the other. We're comparing the totals. So the best way for me to show you guys this would be just to jump in, go straight into an example. So let's get started. Sorry, something's bothering me in my eye. Okay, example 1, here we go. Frank has blank berries. Mary has blank berries. How many more berries does Mary have than Frank? We don't have numbers yet. What is this problem about? What does it want us to do? Right? That's step 1 in the 3 reads problem solving. Read the story. What's the problem about? Well, we know our problem is about berries. How many more berries does Mary have than Frank? Right? It's asking it. It says it right there in the end in our last sentence. Frank has blank berries. Mary has blank berries. How many more berries does Mary have than Frank? What do we need to find out? We just said it, right? How many more berries does Mary have than Frank? We don't know any numbers yet. It hasn't given us some. So actually, we're going to go down to here now. Got some numbers. Excuse me. Frank has 5 more berries. Frank has 5 berries. Mary has 8 berries. How many more berries does Mary have than Frank? What do these numbers represent? Berries, right? We know that they represent berries. How do we know it's a comparison problem? Who are we comparing? Who has more or less, right? Who are we comparing? We're comparing Frank and Mary's berries. That's what we know. We're comparing their 2 berries. Who are we comparing? We're comparing how many more berries Mary has than Frank. So it jumps right in. So our comparison model. We have Frank, and then these blocks right here represent how many berries Frank has, which is 5. Let's count just to double check that we have the correct amount. 1, 1, 2. Whoa, sorry guys. So sorry. I apologize about that. Okay. Frank has 1. Sorry, it's being very slow. Okay. Frank has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mary has 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1. Draw a line to the pair of the ones that are the same. So that's what we're going to do. Since we're comparing, we want to see how many they have the same, how many they have equal already, right? So we're going to take our line and we're going to connect the ones that they have the same. So they got 1 of the same, 2 of the same, 3, 4, 5, right? So it looks like that Frank and Mary have 5 of the same, right? Because Frank has 5, Mary has 5 too, but she actually has some more. So we're going to change the colors that are different, right? All we're going to do is we're just going to take our green, our purple, and just cover it up. Boom. Cover that one up because these aren't the same. These don't have any pairs here. These don't have any pairs. These don't have any pairs. Okay. So it looks like Mary has 3 more than Frank. How do we know that? It's showing us right here, guys, in our example, all right? None of these have pairs. None of these have pairs for Franks. These are only Marys. Frank does not have any more. These are the only ones Frank has. We connected them already with Mary's, right? So Mary has 3 more than Frank. How could we solve this using a number sentence? How can we solve this using a math problem? Put this in a number sentence, a math equation. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into our little box. And the easiest way for me to solve this is subtraction. I know I'm going to be subtracting, right? I know that Mary has 8. I'm going to start with my bigger number, right? Need to put a subtraction sign because I'm not adding any. No one's gaining anymore. We're comparing. Frank has 5, right? So we need to see how many more Mary has than Frank. This is what it's going to do. It's going to find out how many more Mary has than Frank. 8 minus 5, 3. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, we got our answer, right? Using a math equation, writing our number sentence. So I skipped over a slide earlier, and it was actually my solution statement slide, right? What we needed to find out. And I felt like we already knew what we needed to find out because it kept asking. So that's why I like saving this for the end, right? So we need to know how many more berries does Mary have than Frank? Mary has 3 more, than Frank. And just like that, you're done. Let's go ahead and do another one, to get comfortable. Where are we? Here. Yep, here. Perfect. Alex has blank pencils. Jesse has blank pencils. How many fewer pencils does Jesse have than Alex? So how many fewer pencils does Jesse have than Alex? So, what's the problem? What are we trying to find out? Give you guys a second. Go ahead, think about it. What are we trying to find out? I'm going to read it again. Alex has blank pencils. Jesse has blank pencils. How many fewer pencils does Jesse have than Alex? It's a problem about pencils, right? Okay. What do we need to find out? We need to find out how many fewer pencils Jesse has than Alex. So we know right off the bat, we don't even got numbers. We know Alex has more pencils than Jesse because it wants us to find out fewer, right? This is our keyword, fewer. Do we know what fewer means? If we do, cool. If we don't, I'm going to explain it, right? That's why I'm here. Fewer means less than, basically, right? Fewer is smaller, right? So how many fewer pencils does Jesse have than Alex? We know Jesse's going to have a smaller number than Alex, okay? So this is our solution statement. I like coming back to this slide to the end. That's my little key for us. Okay. What do the numbers represent? Now we got numbers. Alex has 10 pencils. Jesse has 6 pencils. How many pencils does Jesse have than Alex? How many fewer pencils does Jesse have than Alex, right? So our numbers are representing pencils. Alex has 10. Jesse has 6. How do we know it's comparison problem? Who are we comparing? Who has more / less? How do we know it's comparing? We know because these right here. How many, highlighting the wrong thing. How many fewer, right? How many fewer pencils does Jesse have than Alex? We're comparing these two. It wants us to compare between how many fewer she has. Okay? Who are we comparing? Comparing Alex and Jesse, right? And we need to see who has more. We know Alex has more, right? Alex has 10. Jesse has 6. So who has more? Alex. Who has less? Jesse. Perfect. Here's our model. Solve with the comparison model. Our model is made for us, just like it will be in our assignments. We will just have to be connecting our pairs, right? So, step 1, draw a line to pair the ones that are the same. So we're pairing the ones that are the same already, guys. So let's go ahead and make our pairs. One pair, two pair. And give us something to think about while I'm making this. What do pairs mean again? What is a pair? I'm going to let you guys think about that. What is a pair while I'm dragging these over here? Okay. So we paired up all of our cubes that are the same. These are technically pencils, our manipulatives. These are our pencils. So these are all Alex's pencils. These are all Jesse's pencils. And we paired up as many as we could, right? Jesse doesn't have any more to pair. Alex does, but Jesse doesn't have any more. So we paired all the ones that we could have already. Okay? So now what we need to do is change the color of the ones that are different. So we know these are different. We're going to change these guys to purple. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Perfect. Changed all the ones that are different. These are the ones that don't have pairs, right? That's what I mean by different. They don't have pairs. So, how many fewer pencils does Jesse have than Alex? So, we know Alex has 4 more, right? We know Alex has 4 more than Jesse. These are the ones that we changed. So, Jesse has how many fewer? 4, right? It's the same. If Alex has 4 more, Jesse has 4 less than Alex. Jesse has 4 fewer pencils, right? So how can we make that into a number sense? How we can solve this using a number sense or equation, right? Number sense is what we really like to call it, but we know it's technically a math equation. So how can we go ahead and determine that? It's going to be very similar to how we kind of did it last time. Just different numbers, right? So we know 10, right? Because Alex has 10. So we need to subtract Jesse's 6 to find out how many more, or how many fewer Jesse has than Alex. 10 minus 6, 4, right? And we can just to verify that answer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, right? 10 minus 6 is 4. That saves our last step, our solution statement or our answer statement. And this goes just like this. We know that Jesse has 4 fewer pencils than Alex. And there we go. Just like that. We're done. I'm actually going to switch it up a little bit. I have some other ones that I wanted to show you guys, but I'm just going to kind of get into something different because I really actually like these. I think they're fun, doing them and sharing them with you guys. So it says use the model to solve. Amy has 13 chickens. Eli has 9 chickens. Right? Here are the chickens. Go ahead and let's count just to verify these numbers are correct. It says Amy has 13. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Eli has 9. Let's count Eli just to double check he has 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many more chickens does Amy have than Eli? How many more, right? What does more mean? It means Amy's going to have more than Eli, right? Her number is going to be bigger than. More is her number going to be bigger than at this point, right? Greater than. It's very similar, right? How many more chickens does Amy have than Eli? Well, first things first, we can always connect our pairs. I don't have lines here for these, but we're going to do it in our heads, or you can connect them with your fingers and your screen, right? So we know we have one pair, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 pairs. These are our extra chickens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is our extra chickens. So that means Amy has how many more than Eli? What number? 1, which is 13, 2, which is 9, 3, which is 4. What are we thinking? I kind of just said it. See who was paying attention. 4, right? Amy has 4 more than Eli. Nice job. Do another one. A blue container holds 6 lollipops. A green container holds 4 lollipops. How many fewer lollipops does a green container hold than the blue container? So first thing, we're comparing again, right? It wants us to find out how many fewer lollipops does the green container hold than the blue container. Remember, fewer. How many fewer? Fewer means bigger, or does it mean smaller? Smaller, right? Fewer, smaller. We just did more in our last one. We know more means bigger than. So fewer means less than, smaller than, right? So let's check. We're going to connect our pairs first. Just an imaginary line for these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many fewer then? Hold up the answer. Hold your finger up 1 if you think 10. Hold your finger up 2 if you think 2. Hold your finger up 3 if you think 3. Giving you guys a second to respond. 2, right? 2. So how many fewer lollipops does the green container hold than the blue? 2 fewer. The green container holds 2 fewer lollipops than the blue container, right? We matched up all of our pairs and we found out what we had left over. And that's exactly what we had left over. Here we go. There are 5 flowers in the small pot. There are 4 more flowers in the large pot. How many flowers are in the large pot? Right? So what do we have to do? Remember, you always want to count and verify. I'm going to let you guys do that at home, so you can pause it right now, count, and press play to keep going. So we need to create all of our pairs. First step, right? Pairing up. 1. How many flowers are in the large pot? Right? There are 5 in the small pot, and there are 4 more flowers in the large pot. 1 if you think 9, 2 if you think 4, 3 if you think 5. Oh, we're all holding up that number 1 finger, right? Because we know that there are 9 flowers in the large pot. Very good. We did so well throughout this entire lesson, guys. I know you guys are just listening, but I'm always happy to record these for you guys. And I would love to show you now what we were going to do in Seesaw today. So I'm switching it over. You got to be very patient with my computer. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be at 1.3b, comparison word problems, lesson 6. You're going to read the instructions, or you're going to hit play. And prior to doing this, you'll see right above it, mini lesson link. Click that link. This will be the video you're about to watch. So we're going to add response. You guys don't have to do this. See, my account looks different since I'm a teacher. And just like before, you will have 1, 2, 3 problems. That is it. Not a lot. think you guys can handle it. I think you guys will be able to maintain those 3 problems. Very simple. I'm just going to move me to this side now. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to read it first. Oh, no, I guess I'll just put it here for now. Okay. There are 8 butterflies and 4 caterpillars in the garden. How many more butterflies than caterpillars are in the garden? So remember, we're going to count to make sure that there are 8 butterflies here and there are 4 caterpillars here. So butterflies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 8. Now we know 4 caterpillars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we need to find out what's our question asking us. What are we comparing? How many more butterflies or how many more caterpillars? Let's see. How many more butterflies than caterpillars are in the garden? So how many more butterflies are in the garden? Let's see. So first thing is first, we are going to take a marker. We're going to pick a color that we use. I use red a lot. It's my favorite color. I'm not sure if you guys caught on by now. So creating our pairs. 1, 2, 3 pairs now. How many do we have extra? Right? There are 4 more butterflies than caterpillars. So how can we determine this in a number sense? How can we write this in our number sense? Just like before, guys. 8 butterflies minus 4 equals what? Well, technically your answer shouldn't go here, so your answer needs to go here. Just like we were doing. If we have any questions, feel free to email me, call, let your parents know. We can set up a Google Meets, Hangout, and we can work through these. I would love to hear from you guys and see if you guys do have any questions or concerns. And I'd love to be able to help you guys. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Mr. E is signing out. Peace.